Bring 'em out. 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 You just heard the sound of the king of the South. T.I. I go by the name of Swiss Beats the Monster. I need y'all to rewind this and play this from the top. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. 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 You have the time to listen to me whine.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30.
Over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 64 yards on the ground.
First and goal, Houston.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
All right.
Stroud looking to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jaden Higgins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Ward. That's complete to Deacon. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. The Titans had 7-4 on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all three phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. And he fires one incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, when you're facing a receiver like this, you always come into a game thinking, we've got to put our best corner on him. We've got to find a way to get him off his route, limit his touches. But that plan, not working too well in this opening drive. That's already 2 catches for him. And this one, good for a first down.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Chimere Dike from 21 yards away. And the Titans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. At their own 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Now, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First down, Houston. Stroud to throw it. That's caught again by Schultz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. And now to common set, at least on this drive, a momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Oh, ready? 118, what's that? Hey, uno. 19 Texans.
Play action. Stroud now. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
118, what's that? 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Here's Ward. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a first and 10.
Ward. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
At the 24-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1.
Joey Sly on for the Tennessee field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Winston. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Intercepted. The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Ward. Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
To throw, here's Ward. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this a spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And the Texans first down. Gain of 14.
Again, it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman could wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
At the 32-yard line.
Tony.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. This pass complete to Higgins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Inside the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Chimway DK with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17, Texans 7.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, hey. Hey, keep south. 19 Texas.
Stroud. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
60 Eagles, 68 Panther 11, Panther 79 Broncos. Ready.
To throw is Ward. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. And nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go.
Throwing is Ward. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The final shot before break. Ward looking middle, and it's incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Throwing now, Ward. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Second and 10.
Looking to throw. More. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
Joey Sly on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And Stroud now to throw. That's complete. It's Jalen Noel.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. So first and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Stroud.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Mixon.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Titans' 15-yard line.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalton Schultz, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to give the situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one is
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Titans. Chimray DK, 65 yards. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Texans 13.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. He's to the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jaden Higgins with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's good.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Moore. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Now Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line.
And the Titans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. hands it off out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and
Keep in
10.
mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of the run before you decide to throw the football.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 6.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Texans are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And this will be a Texans first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Oh, and 19 Texans.
Here's Stroud. And he's got his man on the out route. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Running left is Mixon. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A solid stiff arm. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now a second and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. From the left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Stroud looking to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Stroud to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Texans will line up.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, six-point game. Boy, a bad break. Just got the lead on the touchdown, and now they're going to have to go on defense at the 40-yard line here as things get good in the fourth quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 69 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ward. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late